Antigua just cut its decades-long medical deal with Cuba, and talk is it's down to pressure from the US. So Antigua is the first Caribbean nation to cave. Visa talks are rumoured, quiet aid threats, diplomatic squeeze. I mean, call it what you want, but this is saying a lot. For decades, Cuba sent doctors across the world, over 30,000 across 60 countries. In Antigua, 43 Cuban health workers were running clinics, supporting hospitals, holding up the system, especially during COVID. And now they're gone with no replacement, no local training surge, just whispers of a visa trade. So the US says that Cuba's missions are forced labor, and that's the public line. But critics say, is this really about rights or more about stripping Cuba of soft power? And the Caribbean is stuck in the middle. And it's not just healthcare, is it? The region's losing control of three core sectors: health, energy, and movement. But let's talk about the real chokehold: currency. Most Caribbean nations don't even own their own currency, right? It's pegged to the US dollar, dependent on it for trade, fuel, medicine. And because of that peg, the US doesn't need sanctions, just a banking squeeze, just a little whisper. If a country pushes back with no backup plan, capital flight, tourism dips, imports get expensive, inflation kicks in, investors bounce. That's how small nations get boxed in. Quietly, legally, and invisibly. You don't need sanctions to control a country. You just choke the currency. But there are ways out. I'm thinking regional reserve pooling, diversified trade payments, diaspora FX bonds, and long term, maybe looking at a stable Caribbean digital currency. I know there's been talks before, but if you can't defend your FX, you can't defend your future at all. So the move: a Caribbean medical corps, train together, fund together, deploy across borders, build energy packs that can't be sanctioned overnight, strengthen regional travel, reclaim the Caribbean's movement. But even that, is that enough? That's not enough. The Caribbean needs to control its own story, or someone's going to sell it back to them. And when they do, honestly, it's going to be edited, reframed, and weaponized. Pressure shows you you're weak, but we need to also look at the positive here, because it also shows you where you have power. This could be the push that the region needed to move different, to stop asking for those favors and start setting terms. And while all eyes are on the US and Cuba, the region should be locking in Africa. Flights from Barbados to Ghana are already moving. Trade is warming up. The foundation is there. Shared colonial history, strong diaspora links. What's missing? What's missing, Charmaine? Policy. No formal visa agreement, no unified travel zone. Both regions want out of Western chokeholds. So build the block, build the bridge. Because, yeah,